Hello and welcome back to Chillin' and Chattin' with a Dilophosaur. I am your hostess, authoress Dilophosaur, and this is part 3 of my second successful new game playthrough of Resident Evil Remake for the PS5. We are going to head in to fight our first boss. Or second if you count the dog as a boss, which I wouldn't. Before that, we're going to check out some rooms, pick up some items, come back to the item box to drop things off, and trade out the pistol and its ammo for the shotgun. My kitten has the zoomies. I'm trying to keep her entertained while also do my job. Okay, what do we have right now? Oh, I forgot to drop off. Well, I'm silly. I get so hyper-focused on what on the next goal, I leave out the little details. Quirk brain. Since mental illness brain doesn't really have that same ring to it. Mental illness brain. Well, I guess it's kind of there. Just doesn't roll off the tongue and is not as... doesn't have as much levity as Quirk brain. Ah. Man, my little kitten's claws, they are so sharp. She wasn't even aiming at me, she was aiming for the toy I was holding, and she just leaps at the thing like a caracal on the African savannah trying to catch a bird. One of her claws nicked my arm, and got a little cut on there now. Ah. She's a cutie, though. Very well socialized. Pretty well behaved for a 5-month-old kitten. Her former owners, I don't know if I told you the story in the first video, but I'll tell it now. They were feeding a female street cat that they think came from an abusive home. She wasn't aggressive or anything, but she would not let anyone touch her, pick her up. And these people were almost 80. You know, they're elderly, and so they couldn't really catch her. And so naturally, she ended up giving birth to 3 kittens one day. And unfortunately, when they were 10 days old, she got hit by a car because our town just has major problems with speeding, even on back roads. I don't know what it is about country people and non-city roads that just make people think that they have to get to where they're going in 5 minutes or they die. But even on the back roads, it's a huge problem. It's just so upsetting that people think that speeding, especially down these narrow neighborhood streets where you have pets and kids, is okay. And unless you have like an actual emergency, like what's the point of speeding? Oh, he does already have the lighter. I'm stupid. I'm not looking up in the corner. I totally forgot that was in here. Okay. Come on. I don't think I blew out his knee, so... whoop! Still alive! Or... unalive, I suppose, is the proper term. Okay. I'm gonna go back and... well, actually, we're gonna... get these shotgun shells. First of all, then we push this that way, and there is a zombie back there. I guess he doesn't trigger until you go in the room. We go around here and we pick up this musical score here. Does he pop back up again? No. Okay, and that should be all the items we need. But we're going to come back here and with the kerosene and do some incinerating. Anyway, the mother cat got hit by a car on this 30-mile-an-hour narrow neighborhood street, and this couple brought these kittens inside and hand-raised them from when they were 10 days old. And they were raised with, there was another cat in the house, so they were, you know, socialized to animals that aren't their siblings, or cats that aren't their siblings. They're used to people. You know, this couple just did a really good job. Really cute kittens. Scout looks like her brother Boo. Black with white stars on their chests. Boo is bigger and a lot more rough and tumble than her. And then there was Harper, the other sister, who was a tortie, and she had tortitude. And if you aren't familiar what tortitude is, have to rewind a little bit to actually give you the full context. So I learned this when I was in AP biology in high school, and that's that genetics for like coat colors and animals and things like that, they can have other gene expressions attached, and that includes for temperament. And it's the same with people. Genes that have control over one element can have power over a completely different part of your genetic makeup. And that's why a lot of the stereotypes about cats with certain coat colors tend to run true. It's because it's in the genetics. Tuxedos, black and white cats, tend to be very sweet-natured. Torties tend to be spicy, stubborn, not aggressive necessarily, but you know, they take a little more teaching than your average cat. And orange cats tend to be strange, unique, shall we say. But yeah, I think that with the white star, I think Scout and Boo both qualify as tuxedos, which makes sense. She's very, very sweet, and so is Boo. Boo is just your very stereotypical boy, loving to get into places he wasn't supposed to and playing too rough with his sisters. What are you eating? Hey, psst, psst. What you got in your mouth? Oh, yeah, you know you're in trouble. Hold on just a second. What you got in your mouth? What are you playing with? What are you doing? What was in your mouth? What was in your mouth? Huh? I'm gonna keep one of her toys on hand that's easier for me to use while I have my controller in my hand. I can just hook it on my fingers. I can hook the toy on my fingers and kind of jiggle it. Quark brain. Doy, Courtney. If you want to light zombies on fire, you have to have the thing with you that lights them on fire. I apologize. My brain. Tunnel vision, goldfish memory. I'm a goldfish in a tunnel. Okay, figure out what she wants to play with first before I commit to anything. Yeah, but she's a sweet kitty. It's just gonna take a long time to introduce her to my grown cat, since my cat has trauma from being beaten up by one too many cats when she was little. I think that's so interesting. What are you crying for? Little Miss Zumi? Miss Umizoomi? There's a cartoon that has nothing to do with this, but whatever. Okay, and I need to go refill the kerosene as well. So... Actually, I need to trade my gun out for my shotgun before we leave. And having the grenade launcher would have been so nice. In Jill's playthrough, you could already have the grenade launcher by now. And in her playthrough, you run into Barry. You'll have a couple of... You can meet Barry in a lot of... sorry if I'm talking too loud. You can meet Barry in a lot of different places for little optional cutscenes. I think you get like 2. And there's all these different rooms where, depending on how you're running around, you can trigger different optional cutscenes. And sometimes he'll give you items. In one of the spare cutscenes, you'll meet him in the foyer. And he will give you some acid shells for the grenade launcher, which I love those things. Found out that the incendiary grenades are the rarest and the best. They can be used in place of the lighter and the kerosene if you really need to. What? But when I did my first playthrough with Jill, I fell in love with the acid grenades. They saved me. You have so much more of them than the incendiary, first of all. They just saved me so much trouble. Apparently, different enemies are weak to the different kinds of grenades. There's normal grenades, there's incendiary grenades, and then there's acid grenades. And I have never used the incendiary grenades. Ever. I thought that the acid grenades were better back in the day. Honey bun. Oh my goodness, you need to chill. Take a chill pill. Okay. We're going to load up on the green herbs while we're out here. And be very aware that you have a limited amount of times you can come out here and not be attacked by a dog. Yeah, since I was already out here the first time, even though I didn't come back here, I used my safe. Whatchamacallit. And then if we want all the items, we'll have to come back again and then kill that dog. There's only... I want to say there's only 2, but there might be 3 on very easy. I'm not so sure about easy. I think it's the same. Of course, we can hear a zombie from further down the hall trying to get out of a door. Ooh, actually, no, I don't want to go back this way. We want to go through this hall. Oh, yep, these 2 come in here. But hopefully we won't have to use this hallway again. Oh, no, we will. Dang. We don't want to get jumped by zombie dogs. Actually, I think we can use the armor key here. Okay, here we go. Oh my god! Oh, didn't even intend to juke him. That just happened. Okay. Alright. Cool. We can't go out that door quite... Well, let me check my map. So I came in through there. Oh, okay, we can go through that door, but... Alright, I'm going to change out for my pistol, and we're going to get past these zombies here. Because we can open up another shortcut. I really need to get my... I really need to get going. Put that in here. Alright, equip this. I think there's still kerosene in here, but I might be wrong. I'm not sure. Okay, we're gonna head back to this room first. Gonna head back to this room first and deal with these guys. I think there are a few more zombies in Chris's run than Jill's, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. And thankfully, if you're really good at juking and picking what zombies to shoot when, there should be enough kerosene for a single run through. Okay. Now we go refill, wherever that happens to be. And there will be another zombie appearing in this hall after we beat the boss. So just be aware of that. I don't know about you, but there's something creepy about these pre-rendered hallways. It's not just the ambiance, which is very good. Oh, I don't want to go down that way. Go back this way. Yeah, it's just something about how I notice the texture of the pre-rendered stuff that just kind of creeps me out a little bit. Like all these corners and these dark, you know, slightly, oh gosh, what is the term? I want to say it's muted, but I'm pretty sure that's not correct. But you have all this, you know, these set angles with the hallways, and you have the playthrough of light and shadow, which learned in college is called chiaroscuro. How darkness and light interact with each other in a piece. Maybe it's muted. Maybe it is muted colors. It's like they're not as vivid as the terminology I'm looking for. Fall apart. Go through anyway. Yes. Yeah, I think you get, on very easy mode, you get 2 chances to go through this door from this end. Go around this guy and go through this door so we can solve the puzzle on the other side. And just be done and open another way. Okay. Go to the end of this hall, to this picture. Lisa, protected by the spirits, the 3 spirits. A picture of a woman wearing a bracelet, which is orange, a necklace, which is purple, and a crown, which is green. There's a switch at the bottom of the picture, and we don't want to press that right now. So, that's the bracelet. Okay, so we don't want to press that. This is the necklace. The sage wearing the necklace, set in red stain. What was that sound? Hold on, I need to go check on this kitten. What was that? What was that noise that you made? Was that you? Was that you? You are making a mess. You are making messes everywhere. you. Grandma went up here. She would be upset. She would be very upset. Oh, man. Spilling water all over her nice carpet. Oh, Lord. I am so sorry about that, guys. We had a bit of a cleanup we had to do. Her zoomies knocked over her water bowl. Okay, so now the picture of the sage is purple. We go down here to the crown, which is green. Perfect. I think we go over here to this side. Press this button. And that turns this one orange. Now we can go here and press this switch. And that will open a path back into the graveyard. We can pick up this death mask. And we can open this gate. And have another... Oh. No, and Jill, she would just use the lockpick and open it, but now we need an old key. We need an old key for that. Oh. I'm... made a mistake. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. Okay, how am I looking? Caution. Oh my goodness, that was too close. Okay. Whoops. Just go ahead and... Oh well, we're gonna drop this off first of all. Now we need to go get more kerosene. Things are getting a little hairy. I hope there's more kerosene in here. That would be nice. Nope. I was afraid I remembered that correctly. Alright. I don't think any zombies can come through that door downstairs. Yeah, but we had a mishap with the water bowl. Had to go and get a towel to clean it up. Turn on the fan to get everything dry. Thankfully, it's just water. This raggedy old carpet, I wish we'd take it out. If we had the money. If I won the lottery, that's the first thing I'd do, is get rid of all the carpet upstairs. Just get a nice little Roomba or something to clean. All these carpets are good for is just collecting mess. Getting nasty and stinking. I am not a carpet fan in general. Just give me a nice terracotta or hardwood or what have you kind of floor. Even on very easy and easy, I have yet to do a damage-free run. Whatever, I guess. These games are made so you can play it however you want, whether you're casual or you're hardcore. I think we're all kind of tired of the elitist gatekeeping that's taken over the fan space in recent decades. Yeah, it's whatever. I complete and try to play games legitimately when I can, when it's not too much trouble. I used to be a lot more into that kind of thing when I was younger. Okay, thankfully that was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I got a critical hit on the head, I think is what happened. Oh, tank controls. Still getting used to the tank controls. Then we have to dodge around some zombies here in a second. Ooh, okay. I did not realize he was right there. I think he's dead, yes. So much for the daily end life. Where are you? Oh, there's 3 of them. Okay. I thought I heard something extra there. Dang, dude. Thick zombie is thick. He's gone. Ah, oh, I'm gonna need so much kerosene. Just get around this guy if he's just gonna stand there. Let me go back through this door. Just leave that zombie alone for now. And hope and pray this other one hasn't gotten back up again, because that would suck. That would really suck. Heard my toaster oven, or our toaster oven ding downstairs, so that means my brunch might be ready. Let it sit for a bit. I might run downstairs here real quick and deal with that, depending on how much time I have left in this. Let me see. Oh, plenty of time. May have to leave y'all alone for a second again. Gonna have me some Asian food for lunch today. Markiplier's screaming again. I have some kind of notification. I think in the official Resident Evil lore, 10% of normal zombies that are downed will come back as Crimson Heads. And then 1% of the Crimson Heads that are downed come back as these wonderful little creatures called lickers, which I may have already explained. But in case I didn't, a licker, I think, is the final form of the traditional Resident Evil zombie. It does not have eyes. If you walk very slowly, you have a chance to sneak around it, but they love hanging out on roofs, and their attacks can OKO you, one-hit KO you, if you are not careful. So yes, we're trying not to deal with that kind of thing. I'd prefer to just leave that as a hypothetical until and unless I ever get good enough for the higher difficulties. Who knows at this point? I'm not estimating that day will come anytime soon. To be honest. It's so interesting, though, that these little things, you just entering from a certain door, can either get you in a lot of trouble or keep you out of it. Yep. Oh, not the boiler. I'm gonna pick up one of these red herbs just to take it with us. I don't think you can combine it with this, no. You can only combine these with one green herb, and then you can combine that with one blue herb. You can only combine blue and red herbs with green herbs. since that guy's gonna be right there every time, I'm not gonna bother with him. Just like in Final Fantasy X, cut the ones that matter and run. I'm gonna play Final Fantasy X as one of my uploads. It's one of my favorite games. One of the first games I played for the PS2, one of the first games I saw being played for the PS2. Love that game. And I say this facetiously, I say this with love, but anyone who says that Final Fantasy X is not a good game, who hurt you? Did your parents not tell you they loved you enough as a child? Oh, man. But no, seriously, I personally think that is one of the best games ever made, and the majority of people I know would agree with me that that's one of the best games ever made. Final Fantasy X-2 I like. I've played it multiple times. I think it's really fun. But, I mean, it does have its fair share of issues. And the thing is, the reason I think after reading reviews on it that really praise the game a lot more than I used to, I kind of have to agree with the view that if you come in expecting it to be exactly like Final Fantasy X, you know, that's what you're looking for, you are probably going to be disappointed, very disappointed. It is a completely different beast than Final Fantasy X, because Final Fantasy X is a tragedy, and it's dealing with death and corruption in the church and religious oppression and religious brainwashing and gaslighting and racism and the nature of mortality, and very beautiful, very solemn, very deep game. And then Final Fantasy X-2, you're dealing with this world that's, spoiler alert, for those of you who don't want spoilers, look away now. It's dealing with a world that is very recently free of all that. People are free to live how they want and to seek the truth and make their own lives. And people are free to kind of let down their hair. They suddenly just have all this life ahead of them. We combine these two musical scores and we use them at this piano.
It's me, Chris.
Rebecca.
That sounded like Moonlight Sonata.
Can you play? What was that?
My interpretation is off a little. Let me practice for a while.
Sure. But don't get too carried away.
Oh, I won't.
Okay. So in Jill's playthrough, she would just play this perfectly automatically once you use those items on the piano. And then you would be done with this room. And I've, you know, having never played Chris's playthrough, I don't know exactly what you do here. I'll go back out into the hall. Oh, there's something written in the corner of the picture, commemorating the completion of the mansion. Let's see if going back out here and then coming back in won't get us where we need to go. Actually, if she really wants that much time, there's an item that we can use. We can get out of our item box. And once we do this, I'm going to run downstairs and get my food, see if it's, well, check on my food, really, see if it's through cooking. If not, I'll just pop it back in. But yeah, Final Fantasy X-2, it's... People suddenly have all this life ahead of them. Oh, shoot. I'm gonna get hit by something. Ooh! Oh, dang! I barely... Oh, man. I'm glad I knew what to expect. Otherwise, I would have gotten hit. Any... Is there a dead zombie up here? No, no, it's just the shading of the banister on the carpet. And so you have all these people branching out to try these new things, and it's super happy and higher energy, and the world's changed, and that's one of the criticisms of Final Fantasy X-2 and comparing it to 10 is just it's not like 10 was. It's not as deep. It's not as, or at least at first glance, it's not as deep. It's not as solemn. It's not as beautiful. But Final Fantasy X-2 story is not supposed to be, or it's not supposed to be that in the same way. So Final Fantasy X-2 story is all that I just described, but it also deals with the nature of mortality and the nature of grieving, and how do you carry on when you've been through a horrible tragedy and you've lost people. And there we go. Does he pop back up? He probably does. Yep, okay, we're leaving. And it also deals with prejudice and religious issues and corruption and all that jazz. It's just the framework of how everything is presented is much different from Final Fantasy X. And if you look at it in those terms, if you come into Final Fantasy X-2 expecting it to be its own thing and letting it have, you know, the space it needs to tell its story, it does leave a better taste in the mouth than if you did otherwise.
Chris! Chris! I think I got it!
Practice makes perfect.
What's this?
Okay, y'all hold on with just a second. I'm gonna go check on my food. So sorry I'm leaving you guys for all these stretches of time, but be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. Turns out my food needed just a bit more cooking, so I popped it back in the toaster oven. Okay, now we go in here, and Trevor's diary. November 24th, 1967. 11 days have passed. Past is misspelled here. It's misspelled in Jill's campaign too. Since arriving on this estate. How did I end up like this? A guy in a lab coat brought me a meager plate of food and said, "Sorry to put you through this, but it's for security reasons." That's when it hit me. It all makes sense now. There are only two people that know the secret of this mansion, Sir Spencer and myself. If they kill me, Sir Spencer will be the only person that knows the secret. But for what purpose? It doesn't matter now. It's too dangerous here. My family. I hope they are all right. I've decided to escape. Jessica, Lisa, I pray you are safe. November 26th, 1967. How could I have been so careless? I lost my favorite lighter, the one Jessica gave me for my birthday. Now it's going to be that much harder to escape this dark place. November 13th, the date when my fate was sealed. My aunt was hospitalized just 3 days before that. Jessica and Lisa said they were going to visit her. I wish I could be there with them. But wait. Even as I'm writing, my memory is coming back to me more vividly. Just before I passed out, I remember the men in the lab coat said something like, "Most likely, your family is all ready." I pray for their safety. November 27th, 1967. Somehow I managed to get out of that room. But getting out of this mansion won't be as easy. I have to get past all the booby traps. Tiger eyes, gold emblem. I have to try and remember, for my own sake. Take this, which will close this door. And just like with the armor key and that trap, if you don't have the wooden emblem with you, just put the golden one back. But since we have the wooden emblem, we can put that here. And we can take the gold emblem back to the dining room with the fireplace and use that there.
Were you all right in there?
Yeah.
Rebecca has a look of concern in her eyes. And that's all we can do with Rebecca. Yeah, but Final Fantasy X is a classic game. And Final Fantasy X-2 is good if you, well, I'd say it's better if you know what to expect. And you just let it be its own game. Now we can do the clock puzzle, which is really easy. And as the game is very subtly telling you, all you need to do is pay the attention to this picture on the wall. The sword is being stabbed through the head of the man with the red breastplate. A picture of two knights striking each other. The short sword has been thrust into the breast of one knight, while the long sword has pierced the head of the other. And then the dagger is going through the green breastplate. So, the answer is 6 o'clock. Looks like it's already there. Huh. Hold on. Okay. Alright. Okay, I see what's going on here. The small gear turns the long hand. I turn that right, and we're gonna leave that there. And we turn the small hand, or we turn the large gear. So the large gear, we're gonna turn right. Oh, we didn't have to get out of that. You'd think I remember that. Oh, no. There you go. It's between Jill and Chris. Very easy and easy. The answer is always 6 o'clock. Now we get this mansion key, which should be the... not the helmet key. It should be the shield key. Okay, yes. And that will take us to our first boss. Go back and check on Rebecca, because she can die in this game too. I think if you hear her scream, you have to run back to her really fast and kill what's about to get her. Just go check on her first, because I haven't played this game and I want to be extra careful. She's still here.
Were you all right in there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's it. She's just gonna stand there. Alright, well. No zombies or anything in here, so she's as safe here as anywhere else. Hold on just a second. Parenting again. Be right back in a couple seconds. Oh, this little thing went to pour her more food. She loves winding in between my ankles, and she is going to make me fall. I'd really rather not do that. Just, you know, as a personal preference. Okay. Now we go back and pick up the shotgun. Make sure we have we keep the shield key. Going to put up the kerosene for now. And keep also the armor key. I might be remembering that wrong. Anyway, definitely have the shield key. Definitely get the shotgun. Be sure you've been saving up your ammo, especially if you don't have the grenade launcher, which by now Jill would not only have the grenade launcher, she would have a decent amount of ammo for it, especially on very easy. And then we're going to go back through that door where we first found Rebecca and Richard. Can't wait for my meal. It's Asian coconut Thai curry noodles. And then I'm going to have some mixed nuts with it. And I don't know what else, but I love Asian food. It's so good. I used to be super picky as a kid, partly because of my autism. Super picky. Taste and texture, everything had to be just so. And luckily my mom was a really good cook. I call her my mom, she's actually my grandma. Really good cook. Learned a lot of her stuff from my granddad's mom, which is why he and my grandma got married. He wanted that cooking to himself. Also, probably a good idea for you to bring at least one first aid spray. However, actually, I think we can put the armor key up for now, so we can, because we're gonna have a couple of things that we need to pick up where we're going. Actually, being at caution, might want to heal myself beforehand, just in case. Just to be safe. I'm gonna use that. Now I'm fine again. And we can come back in here. It's not going to be a huge deal. Oh, and we only use this key for one door. So I can bring something else with me if I wanted to. I'm very easy. I shouldn't need the spray. I'm going to go ahead and just bring my guns with me. Or my pistol with me, just in case, because I don't know how much ammo I'm going to need for the shotgun. Hopefully it's not that much. Again, grenade launcher is very useful here. But one healing item should be all you need on very easy mode. But yeah, I love Asian food. My palate has expanded so much. I love just trying all kinds of foreign cuisine, and so much of the stuff that I hated, you know, back in the day, I either like it now, or I can tolerate it a lot better, like spaghetti sauce. Spaghetti sauce and marinara sauce have never been on my favorite foods list, but now I dislike them much less. Okay. Discard the key. And head in here. Alright, and before you go halfway into the room, we can get some more. Good, we get some more shotgun shells. There should be something on the floor, if I remember. And then there's one thing in the back of the room. Uh-oh. Hi. Nice to eat you. I mean, me too. And try not to get bitten by this thing. Just keep circling with it. And you actually can run away from this thing. However, it's generally... Oh, shoot. Oh, okay, my health is fine. I'm just... Okay, that was way too close. Oh, okay, it's leaving. That's why I couldn't auto-aim. You think I would know that. That's okay, though. We'll get a lot more shotgun ammo, so it's not a big deal. Pick this up. Just keep an eye on your health, because you're not going to have any healing items for poison at this point in time. And just get a move on. Now, if this was Jill's run, and you had saved Richard, what would happen is he would... Yep.
Poison.
Chris!
I need serum.
Serum. I remember seeing it. I'll be right back. Just hang in there.
Yes. Oh, okay, we get to play as Rebecca. Cool. And just follow the same path as when you saved Richard. It's the exact same room. I don't think there should be any extra zombies here on very easy mode. But if you had saved Richard and you're playing as Jill, he would save Jill from being eaten by the snake. It pops back up again after she shoots it to try and get one last hit in. But he jumps in the way and pushes her... What? What? Why aren't you going out the door? That was the shortest path to the... Okay, this is new. I might have to restart the game. Okay. Alright, well... That stinks. Hope this is the right way. I might have to redo an entire hour of a playthrough. Okay. Why wouldn't it let me go through that other door? Alright. Sure, game, whatever. But yeah, he would be eaten by the snake, Richard would, and Jill would survive and continue the fight, and also get his assault shotgun, which is the semi-automatic shotgun, which is, I think it fires faster and it's stronger, if I'm not mistaken. Just go back the way we came, I guess. Oh, okay, so it's probably what it is if you hadn't opened those doors with the old keys, you have to go through the doors that you could open. Okay, that you could open without it. Okay. I think I understand what the game is trying to get me to do now. Well, here's hoping. Otherwise, it is game over, and I will have wasted an entire hour for nothing. Well, I guess that's the definition of the term wasted. Alright. That's interesting, though, because Jill can go... No, I'm talking stupid, because Jill doesn't have the old keys. Because she can go through that door. And that's the single fastest way back to that room. between both plates. Ooh, 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 I almost missed the door. Please don't tell me I got this far, only for me to give up now. Okay, he's still alive, good.
How you feeling?
Kitten has the zoomies again.
What happened?
You were bitten by a poisonous snake and fell unconscious. Easy.
Oh, my head's killing me.
You should be fine, because I gave you a shot of serum. But again, don't do anything...
That you wouldn't do? I'll try to remember that. I owe you one.
Ooh, okay. Got my heart pumping a little bit.
Oh, thank God I made it in time.
Okay, and now we should have gotten, okay, we don't need to go back into that room again, so we can just leave Rebecca here. Don't worry, I'm about to come play with you. Got less than 3 minutes left. And in Jill's playthrough, you get a spare zombie in this room again. So just be aware of that. Ooh, yeah. Got my adrenaline running. Now we're going to switch back to the pistol, because we are not going to need the... Well, I say that. I have this really bad track record of saying things are and aren't things. And like 9 out of 10 times, I am immediately proven wrong. But in any event, gonna go drop off the death mask and the first aid spray, at least. Then figure out where I'm gonna go from there. So got quite a lot done for this playthrough. I think I'm cutting down my playthroughs by 1 video per recording, since I'm learning where everything is. That's very nice. But yeah, the snake's not that hard. You just need to be a little quicker on your feet than I was. I've always gotten bitten by that thing. I've never been able to get out of its way. Is there anything else I need to bring with me? The mansion key, definitely. Since I have less than 1.5 minutes left, I'm gonna have to use the... whatchamahoozy. Oh, okay, so there is... I think there's another door I can get to. But I won't, or I shouldn't, need the shotgun for it. I can bring this with me as well. And then I can just go ahead and get to saving. Kill a little more time here. I think I hear her eating, but I'm going to check on her here in a sec. Yeah, okay. So that is Resident Evil, this 3rd save file, pretty much. Next time we're going to be opening more doors, exploring different parts of the mansion that we haven't seen yet. Going to be using... we're going to get the last use of our mansion key, or this particular mansion key. We're going to be able to use this, and then the blue gem. So, if you like this content, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I welcome all feedback, and I hope you all have a blessed day, and I will see you later. Ta-ta!